Oh man, the cast is about to happen and my procs are ready for a big DPS window. Yep, there it is. Hello there, welcome back to Marcelian&Flame. I am Flame and I will be giving you the best add-ons to start your 11.2 patch right, whether it is quality of life or simply combat enhancement that helps you react and perform well in endgame content so that Dimensius guy can just fall on its butt no problem. Let's go! Starting off, we have Plater, an add-on that customizes the nameplates of enemy mobs by color-coding certain types, showcasing important casts you need to interrupt, and even tracking important debuffs, bleeds, and dots you may have. All to give you a better visual clarity when it comes to combat performance. You have literally endless ways you can customize this to suit your own needs, and I know what you're thinking, this looks giga intimidating, but don't worry, because we have our very own Marcelian&Flame Plater profile you can import and start using with just a few clicks without having to bother with all of the customization yourself. On top of this, our Discord gives you access to full support on our Plater profile for any questions you may have, suggestions you want to make, and updates for it should it become necessary throughout Season 3. The links for all of these and more will be posted in the description with a full video on all of the details and explanations made by Marcelian coming in the next few days. On top of this, we want to thank our Patreons for supporting our Plater project alongside upcoming class-related videos you might also be interested in. Patrons get early access to new Plater builds as well as the next add-on on our list since we want to show our appreciation for their support. If you are also interested, check the link down below or go to patreon.com/Marcelian&Flame. But don't you worry, all of these are free for everyone. And speaking of, weakauras are your next best friend. Friends? Weakauras, plural? So long as the war on add-ons is still not finished. Ever thought a class was too difficult to play? Did you lose a proc or a buff somewhere in this mess right here? Did the boss do a thing and you couldn't catch it? weakauras solves all of that. And to top it off, we also have a whole list of class weakauras made especially for those who want their UI to be clean and to the point. If you use the Marcelian&Flame class weakauras, you can see your HP bar, any absorbs on it, resources, main offensive cooldown duration so you know how long you're gonna pump for, defensives to see how long you don't get pumped for, and all combat procs and buffs that are important to know for your rotation. The weakauras are made with the action bars in mind, where you occasionally look over to see the status of your major cooldowns, and it also does not track procs that the game shows you via the side animations next to your character, for the purpose of efficiency and making them as light as possible, since we know how hectic stuff gets in big fights with a lot of stuff going on. Video on this explaining it in more details will also come soon. If you are a healer Chad and want to make your healing experience better, get Cell. This add-on augments your healing party and raid frames to better suit your healer's kit by tracking the important debuffs and heals you need so you can properly save people. Marcelian already has a profile he has been using for a while, link is in the description, or you can use anything else that you want, mostly from wago.io. Once you have a profile you like, go into the game, type /cell, options, click the About tab and import at the bottom. Paste your cell profile here and blammo, you are done. Details is a must if you aim for performance in any content, since the game still does not show what you do and how good you do it. Together with this, you can download the War Within skin for it to make it look seamless and as part of your general UI. Once you have both installed, simply go to your settings menu or details, and in the skin section, you will find the War Within feature. Past this, adjust the bar size, text size, and other settings you prefer. It's not an efficient skin, but it does blend artistically with your UI so as to not be too much of an eyesore. Again, we are going for clean, pretty, and efficient here. Part of the quality of life add-ons that shows everything from map icons for rares, treasures, and other noteworthy interests to leveling guides, profession guides, reputation guides, farming of anything guides. We have Zygor here, probably the largest collection of WoW data all compiled into one add-on. It is behind the subscription, so it may not be for everyone, but as far as quality of life goes, this is basically 3 to 4 add-ons in one, together with Wowhead inside of your own game. Once you have a guide rolling, you will get step-by-step instructions on what to do with an arrow guiding you where to go. Doesn't get simpler than this. Also, with our code Marcelian, you will be getting 20% off of your Zygor subscription and supporting your boys in the process. Next up is less quality of life and more pretty with Dialogue UI. For those who enjoy questing and for it to be a bit more immersive, Dialogue UI adds a lot of personality to this with its unique parchment style questing logs, camera pans over the shoulders for a more intimate approach for your NPC conversations, all while getting your eyes more invested with the more boring parts of questing. This also comes with a slew of customizable options, but we just run it straight out of the box. Similarly, FrameColor is a sexy way to spice up your action bars, character screen, and all in-game window frames with some more personality. I personally like to color code mine with the class colors I'm currently playing, which you can do with its menu options by typing /FC in chat and going to the color manager section. Here you tick all of the boxes to assign your class color to them, leave it dark, which is the way Marcelian likes it, or simply personalize your very own colors. Even more pretty, but likely quality of life as well, is Narcissus. This add-on is big and does a lot of stuff. The most practical bit is that it gives you a proper interactive UI to help with gemming and checking tier set bonuses, but also provides you with what a character screen should look like. On top of this, it is a great add-on to check your transmogs, take pictures of them with a green screen, with other NPCs as a group photo, and so much more. We love this one. Alternatively, you can get better character panel for, once again, what a character screen should look like, tracking your gems and enchants without you having to scroll over each individual item. Quality of life, people, cannot be overstated. To go with combat assistance, we recommend either Deadly Boss mods or the combo BigWigs and LittleWigs. These add-ons track combat mechanics and phases so you know when stuff is about to happen. With this information, it is easier to respond to threats, adjust your gameplay accordingly, and conquer any challenges in Season 3. Marcelian and I will be doing a lot of M+ content, and to help with this, we have 4 more add-ons. First, Mythic Dungeon Tools is a good add-on if you are someone who wants to know the route you will be taking to better plan your cooldowns and bloodlust windows. Works even better for tanks and can help with tanking anxiety, especially when it is related to where to go and what to pull. Second, we use the M+ timer weakauras from Relowy, sorry if I mispronounced that, when it comes to tracking our timed kills and trash count. This comes in handy since the basic UI is too generic and provides close to no relevant information outside timer and percentage. This is for those of you who want to optimize your keys better, especially once heading over the 12's mark. Add to this OmniCD, an add-on that tracks a few things very valuable to everyone, but especially good for tanks and healers. First of all, you can track the cooldown of your group's interrupts to know if there are kicks available. Second, you can see their defensives and offensives and anything else you specifically want to track. Typing /OmniCD in chat will bring up the menu, go to dungeons, and then spells and browse the list of what you are interested in. And lastly, something that saved our butts when we were pugging in Season 2, definitely a must for Season 3, pre-made Group Finder. This nifty little gem cuts down on queue times by making it seamless for you and your 1 or 2 buddies to apply to multiple groups, especially if you are looking for a specific key with specific roles available that you want to fill. Of course, this works for solo queue as well. This is good if everyone in your party has it, since it skips the acceptance part of each person, making mass applying to groups a one-click process. We cannot have a list of add-ons without a bag add-on, and this season Bagonator returns as the premier bag add-on, one amongst many. There are plenty of options to try with this one. Personally, I run it out of the box, but maybe it is time I filter my very messy bags to better sort through all of this stuff. If you want to get your hands into professions and it seems like some information is missing, then Craft Sim is the add-on that Blizzard should learn from and implement in the game UI. Its main purpose is to calculate the profit of anything you can craft, taking your concentration into account, but also your knowledge point investment. What you want to do once you have this, provided your profession is already set, click on this menu right here and enable the recipe scan option. This will do a quick auction house scan of the value of your crafts and give you the information on which one gives what profit. If you have a craft you want to focus on, add it to your crafting queue and even optimize it further here to make sure your profession gear is properly utilized. Additionally to this, Auctionator helps out when you also have a shopping list, and you can just use it with Auctionator to immediately just create a list of professions materials that you want to buy directly, so you don't have to individually search for each one in particular. Also, Auctionator gives you the option to full scan the auction house so you can have dynamically updated prices so as to not get cheated out of potential gold. More than this, you have an option called specialization info, which is the best thing in my opinion. If you enable this and click a recipe in your list, it will tell you exactly all of the subsections of your profession that you need to spend points in to increase your skill in crafting that specific recipe, something that the basic UI just doesn't do. Of course, there are dozens more to use, and I only started on this a few months ago and can never do professions again without it. For the alcoholics out there that engage in weekly vaults, meta quests, and other activities, Alter Ego is a must. This add-on is currently the best and lightest way to keep track of the dungeons you completed on your alts, raid bosses defeated, and currencies related to seasonal content. Really, there's no better way to manage your army of alts than using this beautiful beast. And lastly, since we are all tying it down with efficiency, prettiness, and cleanliness, MBB, or Minimap Button Bag, puts all your add-on minimap buttons into one organized group. I mean, look at it. What more can you want? This is just to start you on the 11.2 journey. Like I mentioned, we will have a playter and the weakauras dedicated videos coming very soon. And until then, you can check what's our to-do video for 11.2, walking you through all of the major additions to this season in one short and sweet video. Right here. Collect.